How About That Cigar is proud to bring you coverage of the 2023 PCA Trade Show, all brought to you by Don Doroteo Cigars.
PCA 2023, the final day of this year's trade show. We're so excited to have our friends from Joya, Nicaragua back at the PCA Trade Show. Christian, it's great to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too.
How is everything going with this year's trade show?
It's doing great.
Good.
We've been doing this show since 1994 when it was called another name.
Yeah, RTDA,
Exactly.
and then IPCPR. They changed the name a lot.
Exactly. And we used to be inside Drew Estate's booth, and of course we are still here with the Drew Estate family. We have all the Drew Estate representatives taking orders from here, but we are also excited to have our own space, so we can promote the brand and the new campaign.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And as the trade show has been super busy, super active, your booth has been buzzing at all times. It's been great to see. So obviously guys are writing a lot of business and meeting a lot of great retailers. Talk to us about what you guys are featuring at this year's trade show.
Of course. Right now, at this moment, Joya Nicaragua is not pushing out new releases that much.
Sure.
It's more focusing on pushing the brands that are already successful.
Yeah.
For example, we are presenting the Número Uno de los Humidor. Of course, Número Uno is a cigar that everybody loves, that everybody knows about it. So we decided to make its own humidor to pay tribute to this great cigar that we released 5 years ago. We are also releasing Antaño Slim Power Play game, which is a game box that includes regular production of Antaño 60 Toro and Antaño Gran Reserva GT20. The cool stuff is that the box turns into a Slimpo game. This is the second game edition that we are releasing since Antaño shut the box.
Yeah.
So we are not providing just great cigars, we are also providing experiences to share with the people that you love the most. So this is a great center of attention piece at your lounge, at your stores, at your house, man cave.
Yeah.
So you can share those moments with the people that you enjoy to smoke with.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun to have those. Because it's something a little different out there in the market. It's something for us to, like you said, you can have people, over to your place, share some cigars, play some games, have a good time, and it's different than anything else that's out there. So we really enjoy that product a lot, definitely.
Yes, and of course these are vitolas and brands that people already know. So the people who already like these brands can buy directly the box without being afraid of trying a new cigar.
Yeah.
So that's like the approach that we took this time.
Yeah.
We also brought back the Clásico Original to the United States market. The Clásico Original is the first cigar of Nicaragua. It was the official cigar of the White House in the 70s, in the Nixon's era. It was out of the market when the brand was focusing more on other market needs. But at this point, we decided to bring it back because the people has been asking for the Clásico for a long time ago.
Yeah.
So this is our best-selling cigar all over the world, and we revamped the packaging a couple years ago, so the American people now can have it with the new presentation.
Yeah, it is. We were talking to somebody earlier about that cigar, and I actually have in my personal humidor, I have a tray of some singles of some older sort of special things. And one of them happens to be an old Clásico, which I don't even know if at the time it was called that. But it even took on a little damage, so I had to use a little, cigar repair, the goma to fix that cigar. So it's in perfect shape, because one of these days I am actually going to light up and smoke that cigar.
Nice. Just to give you a cool fact about Clásico, when Joya Nicaragua was founded, it used to be called Nicaraguan Cigar Company.
Right. Yeah.
And the Clásico was one of the many existing brands, and it used to be called Joya de Nicaragua.
Right.
Yeah. So in the 90s, when Dr. Alejandro Martinez Cuenca took ownership of the factory, he decided to rename the factory to Joya Nicaragua, because it's back in the time we were the first and only cigar factory in Nicaragua. That's why the name was generic,
Right.
but at that point we needed something that sounded special.
Yeah.
And what could be better that put out a name that represent a jewel of a country, which
Yeah.
is Joya de Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Now we call it Clásico Original, but it's the exact same blend
Yeah.
since day 155 years ago.
I love it. I love it. Another thing that we see behind us here,
Yeah.
this beautiful box. So tell us about this one.
So this is the most exciting release of the year, and this is actually the only new release to talking about cigars.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, numero uno with the humidor, we already know numero uno, we already know antaño, and of course we already know clásico.
Yeah.
But Cinco de Cinco is the newest addition to the Obras Maestras family, translated in English to masterpieces, which is our premium line for cigars.
Yeah.
So we are trying to keep the pattern of playing with numbers with the name of the brand, but it's also different
Yeah.
in terms of the name and in terms of the concept. When we released Cuatro Cinco, we released it for the 45th anniversary of the factory, and it celebrated the 45 years of being the first Nicaraguan cigar factory.
Yeah.
Then we released Cinco Décadas, which celebrated 5 decades of the Nicaraguan cigar industry. So we have talked about the factory, we have talked about the Nicaraguan cigar industry, and this year we were like, let's talk about something that includes the people. So, and you may think how we did that, and it's through the blend of Cinco de Cinco. We have held blending sessions for our visitors at our factory for years. Every time that we receive a visit, we put all the different tobaccos that we have at the Joya Nicaragua factory. We give them a masterclass of how we do cigars in the Joya Nicaragua way. They can touch the leaves, smell the leaves, and smoke single leaves. So people can feel a blending sheet with the wrapper, binders, and fillers of their preference, and they get a personal blend at the end of the tour. So we've been doing that for more than 15 years. And for this blend, we look over thousands of blending sheets, and we took the most picked ones, tobaccos from the people. And
Nice.
with those picked tobaccos, our master blenders created the blend of Cinco de Cinco. And that's why we like to call it the people's blend. And that's why the slogan is inspired by friends, blended by maestros, and crafted for those in the know. It changed the pattern of just saying Cuatro Cinco, 45, Cinco Décadas, 5 decades, and now it's Cinco de Cinco, which is 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And that's why, and that is a rank that people gave to the tobaccos that they picked, because they thought that they were the best tobaccos from all of the tobaccos that we showed them at the blending session.
Yeah.
So it pays tribute to our 55th anniversary, but also to the people who has helped Joya Nicaragua to become what it is right now.
It's beautiful, and it does the beauty of the design. It falls in line with the products of the past, like you've mentioned, Cinco Décadas, and it really has that same beautiful. I mean, the sheen, the gloss. It's absolutely a beautiful product, and I have been fortunate enough to be on that tour and to do the blending session, and I can attest that it's a fantastic time.
Yes.
And I still have a couple of my cigars with my name on them from 2015 in my humidor that are unsmoked.
We have received tons of people at this show, these 3 days, that have been in the blending session. So every time that we tell them the story, they feel it special because they feel part of this project.
I kind of do.
Actually, they are.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I love the concept of that, and it does make sense to sort of look back at all those tobacco leaves that were picked over the years by the visitors to the factory, and sort of rank them and say which ones were the most popular.
Exactly.
I think that's an exciting project.
Yes, it's genius. I think it's genius the way that we crafted this blend and the way that our master blenders took those tobaccos to create this amazing cigar. In terms of the packaging, it's kind of edgy for Joya Nicaragua to do a green box because that's not part of our regular color palette. But since last year's, we've been playing with jewels, because at the end, Joya Nicaragua is a jewel of Nicaragua. So our slogan, for those in the know, has a secondary logo, which is a diamond.
Yeah.
So on the 55 anniversary, we got inspired by the emerald jewel, because it's the jewel that you normally give for the 55 anniversary.
Okay.
That's why we're doing a green box.
Nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So, Christian, thank you so much for walking us through this. It's a lot of exciting stuff that you guys have going on right now, and we cannot wait to see it in our stores and smoke them with our friends and family. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to you guys for passing by, for doing this interview, to take the time to get to listen what we have brought to this show. Because at the end, we do it for you, for the final consumers, for every people that enjoys great cigars.
Absolutely. Thank you again. And guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again very soon.